Hey everybody, welcome back to another video, and today we are going to be doing a first class trouble item tier list. So if you know what first class trouble is about, it's basically Among Us, Project Winner, much together. There's 6 residents, 2 of them are personoids, and they have to kill, and they try to kill everyone, and the residents have to kill the personoids. So that's basically the aim of the game, and in the game, there are items. So these are all the items in the game so far. I think there are more coming. I will not be ranking water gun because I have never seen the water gun before. Because it's kind of rare, so I just don't know where it is. So we're not ranking the water gun, but from what I've heard, it's pretty good. So I'll probably put it tier. I'll be going to for personoids and residents. We're gonna start with the resident list first. Number 1, the wrench. The wrench can open any door, no matter what. I mean, it can open airlock doors, obviously, but it can open any door that a co-op needs to do. For residents, I put this at D tier. The only reason why is because I find wrenches are only useful for the mall level because there are much more doors. And for like, if you just have to go with someone and you can open it, it's only helpful in certain occasions. But most of the time, no. But if you're getting chased and you need like hurry up, open a door, then it's pretty good. That's why it's in D tier. Not the best, but it's pretty helpful. I'll leave the champagnes to I'll leave like the other ones to last. Alignment scanner. I forgot what each of these does. Okay, wrench, 6-pack champagne, alignment scanner / alive scanner, sprint boost, paper planes, oxygen flask, corpse scanner, single champagne, overdose syringe, fire extinguisher, keycard triangulator, and also water gun. So I couldn't find like the actual images for all of them, so some of them are just random stock photos. But I'll leave like the ones you can get really easily to last. So next up, we have alignment scanner, and this is going to A tier. Okay, well that's kind of a bad photo, but that's going to A tier. Reason for that is because you might say, oh, it should be S tier because you can find out who, but that's not true. Because if you're scanning someone, hold on, that did not work. Okay, that's not true because if you're scanning someone, then you don't really, and then they start running. Run number 1, they get a head start, so you can't really chase them. And number 2, it's like, yeah, you can find out who a resident is, but if they're willing to let you scan them, then it's most likely not them, but sometimes they can trick you. So it's not that good because they can run away, but it's still pretty good because obviously you can find out who's good, who's bad. It's like the truth serum in Project Winner, because they're gonna be able to run away super easily. And even if they can't, they can still knock you out with a champagne bottle and run away. Next up, we have the corpse scanner. That is going to B tier. It's basically the same thing, except if you want to use it, they have to die first. That's why it's not that good. Because after they die and you scan, number 1, if a personoid scans them, then the use information is not going to be helpful. And number 2, if you do scan them and they're a person or resident, well, I guess that's helpful, but you would rather check them before they are alive or dead, so you don't waste it. Also, you don't kill a resident by accident. Next up, we have Overdose Syringe. That's just going to F tier. It's a personoid only item. It's basically, that's how a personoid can kill by themselves. Next up, let's go fire. Let's go actually, we'll see Sprint Boost. Sprint Boost is going A tier. Sprint Boost is not S tier because for residents, when you're trying to like run, like you could actually no, we're putting it S tier. I was gonna say because you can't really control a running bus. I just remember it's not that fast. Sprint Boost is good because if you are a resident and a person is trying to kill you, then you can run away unless they syringe you. But if someone saves you, they can run. Because mainly when you actually what? I remember. I was gonna say, if a person is trying to kill you and you have sprint boost, they're just gonna kill you because they're probably gonna overdose syringe you. And if someone else is there, then they're probably gonna run because they put on the time to kill you. So sprint boost is good for the last level because there are bridges and you can use it to run across really quickly without them stopping you, without them making you fall basically. But it's not really good when personoids are gonna kill you because they have everything planned out already. And also, the sprint boost just makes it go faster. Next up, let's do. Okay, we're not gonna do water gun because, as I said, for water gun, let me make a new one, right? No, I cannot. Never mind. As I was saying, because the water gun, I have not used it before, but I've heard it's good. So, I'll add a A tier. Sure, we'll say A tier. Oh, I forgot something. How could I forget the racket? Okay, this is gonna represent the racket. The water gun is now the racket. The racket, that is A tier. And racket's actually S tier. That's a racket. The racket is extremely good because for residents, you can just smack it and then launch the personoids really far away. It's basically a stronger push. And it's helpful because there's a cooldown on it, but you can still use it a good amount of times. Like, it's still a good amount of, it's not that long to recharge. So, it's extremely good because you just knock them away and then you can start running. No, you only can have one of these items, so if you could hold multiple, then that would be so powerful because you just have a squash racket and then you can have a sprint boost. This is a racket. Don't mix it up. So that's S tier because it's extremely strong. Keycard triangulator, that is A tier. Might not say, well, you can try keycards. Why isn't it S tier? Well, keycard triangulator, well, it's one of those things where if you're in a rush or if you're trying to speed run for some reason, you can get it really easily. But you're gonna be wanting to try to get resident logs as you do the level, which basically tells you who is good, who is bad. It doesn't tell you right away, but it gives you hints. And if you're doing a keycard triangulator rush, that's not that good. For the lobby, it's useless, and for the last one, it's useless. It's only helpful for the second one. But the thing is, for the second one, you're probably gonna search around the whole place for resident logs anyway, or logs anyway. So it's kind of not helpful unless you're the last few people left, and you really have to find them right away. Because if you know like the personoids are gone, then use it, I would say. Okay, last unique item before we move on to the lesson ones. Fire Extinguisher, that is S tier. It's helpful for the second one only, but it's a free slot. You don't have to have any other slot for it. You don't have another slot for it, so you don't really want to use it. If you can grab it, then just grab it. You can extinguish the fires. So now we're gonna be moving on to the other items, and then we have champagne bottle, oxygen flask, paper planes, and 6-pack champagne. So, champagne. Okay, oxygen flask going S tier because again, you can hold it. You don't need anything for it. You can give yourself oxygen. What I mentioned, the added co-op fires for fire extinguisher is even more helpful now, basically. Champagne 6-pack that is also going there because again, it is you can just pick it up. Oxygen flask because it helps. Actually, no, this one's gonna go A because if you're throwing a lot, it's not really helpful because if you're doing that, you might as well just use this one. And this one's going to S tier because it's a bit more accurate, and this one isn't as accurate, and you're probably gonna hit some of your resident friends if you're using this one on accident. And paper plane is going into, let's say B tier. I'll say C tier. Paper planes can knock people out, I think. I am not 100% sure on that, but I think it can knock people out. And because if you on the second level and you throw it and catch on fire, you can burn people basically. So this is the resident tier list for items. We have squash racket, fire extinguisher, oxygen flask, and single champagne bottles on S tier. We have alignment scanner, a live version. We have sprint boost, keycard triangulator, 6-pack champagne, bottle throwing, corpse scanner at B tier, C tier, paper planes, D tier, wrench, E tier, nothing, F tier, overdose syringe. That's it for the first one. Now we're going to be resetting it real quick, and now we're going to do one for the personoids. I'm not going to say what the items do this time, but let's see. We'll start from the side again. Wrench, F tier. Because if you're a personoid and you can just force open doors anyway, and if you might say, oh, a resident can see you, and you can do it, and then it'll be less suspicious. But the resident can just help you open the door and make you stall longer. so it's not really that helpful. Um, alignment scanner, that is A tier, because, and that's actually S tier, because if you're gonna be scanning someone, you're gonna just lie, and then they'll stand there anyway, and then if you're a good liar, or you can get like people to back you up, then it is very helpful. Like if you scan someone that's really sus and say they're a personoid, it's best basically just a free kill, and then they'll think this one is personoid. And let's get a log or something, of course. But that is definitely S tier because it's very helpful. Same corpse scanner is going A tier because actually no, that's going S tier. Corpse scanner is very good, much better for personoids than residents because you can just lie and they can't defend themselves when they're dead, unless they weren't really that suspected. Then, yeah, I mean there was this one time this random person just killed this other guy for no reason whatsoever, and I scanned them and it was personoid. But obviously that's a bit harder to trust because you don't really know if you can trust that person unless like they are more sus and then they kill them and then you say, oh yeah, they're bad. Racket is A tier, not S tier. Think about the racket. For residents, it's S tier because like it's much easier to knock them away, and like you're probably not gonna try to knock him into water or anything. That's the thing. But for personoids, it's A because whenever you're using it, you kind of want to use it to push them into something, mainly fire or water. Racket for personoids in resort/pool is the best one because you can knock them into the water and then they die. But for the other ones, not that great because they're probably gonna have someone with them. Also, if they're on fire, they can start moving around. That's why it's A tier, and it's good for the last level. But champagne bottles, they can throw it at your face. Personoids, keycard triangulator, F tier. Keycard triangulator. Sorry, give me a second. Keycard triangulator for personoids is very bad because you might say, oh, you can trick them into where it is. But when you use a keycard triangulator, the four corners will light up when you're closer to one, so people can visually see you use it. So it's not that good because you want to lure them away. So I mean, if you have nothing else to grab, just grab it, hold on to it so they don't get it. But if you have something else to grab that instead. Fire extinguisher S tier because it's just good to have a fire extinguisher. Just put out the fires basically. That's just why it's very good. Overdose syringe. Okay, this is a bit hard. It's either A or S tier. Because overdose syringe, when the personoids try to grab it, it's gonna be a long time, and it's gonna. I will put it S tier. Thing about overdose syringe, personoids have a thing called biovision, so they can see where you are, and then if they do, then they can just not take it. Also, you can just jab someone and kill them right away. So that's why I say it's S tier. It's helpful for them. Sprint boost for personoids is S tier. Unlike A tier for them. Because thing about it is that to kill you, you need to have two people. So if you can just push one and the one holds you, then you can just wait and then you can sprint boost and just boost out. So it's much more helpful for them. Because it's much harder for the residents to kill you, so you can run away easier. 6-pack for them. S tier. It's not champagne. Because since you're basically trying to hit everyone except your personal buddy, but if you hit him, we're going to say, oh, well, that's why I hit him, because he was a resident. And champagne, same thing. It's just very good, pinpoint accuracy. By the way, champagne bottles always hit. It's like the hitman thing, except that I get to go behind a wall and won't hit them, or someone stands in front of them and won't hit them. Oxygen flask is A, number B. Because you can lie about having them, or, and I'll put A. You can lie about having them, and you can still use it for deception points. So it's pretty good for them to have it because it's much more easier to, how do I say? It's much more easier to like trick them because even if you use it, you can just say, "Oh, I was putting it in," but you can just sabotage it. Of course, they would know, but like just put one in, sabotage, put one in, and then boom. Of course, if you're standing at one and do it, sabotage it, then they'll know because you're not allowed to put one in a sabotage one. So it's A, because not helpful for them. Planes are staying at C tier where they were. Again, same thing as residents. It's not really that helpful. So this is for personoid. They have a lot more in S tier, don't they? Alignment scanner / alive scanner, corpse scanner, fire extinguisher, overdose syringe, sprint boost, 6-pack, 1-pack, one bottle, 1-pack. Let me like go to the store. I want like a 1-pack of Coke. So like 1 6-pack? No, just 1 pack, just 1 can. So it's called a can. I want a pack. Anyway, squash racket A tier, oxygen flask A tier, C tier paper planes, F tier keycard triangulator, wrench. So you're asking why I made this video. Tier list. Yeah, I am working on first class trouble thing. I'm working on first class trouble thing. So I thought, let's just do something relating to first class trouble. Also, I really just want to talk about it. Anyway, so it's a fun game. If you want to try it out, it's on sale right now, if I'm not wrong. If you want to get it, right, just try it. I mean, I think it's worth it. I might make a review video for the game, but if I don't, well, I'll say it's good. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, if you like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.